When you woke up this morning, did you happen to notice anything different? No? Did you happen to notice when you went to take the garbage? Did you happen to notice any of those things? No? What about when you decided to go outside and walk the dog or feed the cat or feed the fish? Anything different? You feel anything? No? I ask these questions because there's a reason to this. See, while you may not have noticed something different, the dog did. Your body did. The person you call noticed that they can hear your voice and they can hear your smile and they can hear your laughter and your love. They can feel it. When you did those simple things, when you hear those simple things, I want you to know that you matter. And I know that every day is not going to be a strong day, but I simply just need you to continue to fight, to continue to get up, to continue to move, to continue to just improve day by day. It doesn't have to be an easy road. It just needs to be a road that you can at least move on. So reach out and get help with 988, 3 simple numbers, 988. Numbers that don't even have a lot of meaning, but have more than you know, 988, and get help. Because I don't want you to make a decision that I have to live with. Make one that you can live with and get help. Now let's talk football.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
What's going on, Pride Nation? We back at it again. And it's a good time to be talking about the Detroit Lions because there's a lot to talk about, especially with the free agency full effect, fully open, fully popping. And in between all that, we get to see how we're improving this team. I'm excited to talk about this today, but I'm going to do it a little bit different because today is not necessarily about me. It is about you. Yes, that's what I said. It is about you. And so I'm immediately putting the link in the chat because this is going to be the day where you guys and gals get to sign off on this whole entire conversation. But before we get way into it, let me just go ahead and go out my beautiful way to simply see who's in the building with me today, who's rocking with me. If you in here, put something in the chat so I can catch you. We got my man Big T, Looney Tune, Noel. We got my man Raw, Midwest Lion. We got my man Nemesis, Breaks, BD Buster, Friendly Neighborhood Lions fan, that fan man, Gino, Go Lions, Rashay Johnson in the building, Had a House 70, Lions Talk by Chat Sports, aka Mr. Mike Kimber, Sean Parker's in the building, Messiah Flute Tees in the building. We got Gavin Carson in the building, Jack Frost is in the building, Barberry Lions in the building. You can hate me now, Mackenzie, Jon Kapler's in the building. Shout out to you. We got Marcus Willis in the building, Dan Spanos in the building, Lions Lee is in here. The Singles Dads Club is in the building. Crimson Shadows, Southwest Lion. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. I don't think I missed nobody. I think I hit everybody. Oh, wait, we got Lions Fans Express in the building. Chrome is in the building. Lions Rumble 81 is in the building. First Black Man on the Net is in the building. William Birch is in the building. Let's see. Cosmic Cal TV. What up? I hope I said that right. Cosmic Cal TV. I hope I said that right. What's up, though? Let me see. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Mark Malice is in the building. My man Shay's in the building. Mars is landing in the building. Make sure I don't miss nobody. I really want to make sure I hit every single person. So I'm anal about it. I put the link in there because I want you to open up about it. I got my thoughts about what we are doing and why we're doing it and where we are with it. And here's my overall view of it. I'll give it to you quickly, then I'll allow for other people to jump in and share their opinions and have a conversation about it. And I hope people are willing to do it. Here's my view. I need the chat's help a little bit because I need to make sure that I can do this right. Oh, wait. Got a few more people who putting that hit in there. My man Jacob Burnley is in the building. Shout out to you, sir. Here's my thing. I want you to tell me thus far, we're not We're not finna try to reinvent the wheel here, people. But thus far, put a grade on the Detroit Lions free agency so far. I want a grade, single grade, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever you come up. I want a grade, a single grade for what we've done in free agency so far. Okay. Old timer Davis in the building. What up, Doe? All right. Mark Malice says, let me get through some of my grades. I see you in the back. Fellas, just hold tight for me, okay? I want to get the grades in. Mark Malice says A+, okay. My man's Mike says TA the best. Hatter House says a C. Dan Spano says an A, okay. Gab, the cool kid, says Jalen Carter's looking possible. I didn't even address that trade that the Bears made, but they became one of my BFFs for that trade because I'm almost certain that we are going to be able to get Jalen Carter. And the question is, are people going to want him? Also, it's funny to me because now that they made that trade, it does, in my opinion, change the way you view the draft board. But ultimately, it was a trade that I had to laugh at because we got more for Stafford than they did for the first overall pick. And I want y'all to think about that, right? Like we got more for a 30-something-year-old quarterback than they did for the first overall pick. Shay's got an A on the draft. We got a B so far, C, B, C. Let's see, B plus, A. Let's see, B. I got a B plus minus, which equal out to a B. My man James Tanskley says A plus, A minus, B grade. All right. Here's my thoughts on it. What did we improve? What did we improve? And I'm not asking that for to be facetious. I'm asking it because I'm really curious. What did we improve? Right? And when I say that, I want you to take into account this. What did we do that helps us compete in the division to win the division and win a playoff game? And that's my view on it. I feel that this is pretty much the offseason that I expected us to have. And this is the offseason that we had last year and the offseason we had before that. And so at that point, what did we improve? That's how I looked at it. I don't care who they picked up. Did we fully improve our team? And to me, if you're telling me that we fully improved our team, that's where I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So, again, that's my view on it. I don't think that we had any real major improvements. I think we did much of the same. And at this point, it's just a matter of seeing how it all plays out. And the only reason I'm not killing the Lions or the general manager or head coach or anybody for that matter is because free agency is still going on. And we don't know what they're planning on doing, if they're done or not. But at this point, I don't get it. And Steve-O says the Lions didn't have enough money to improve the whole team. We used that excuse last year. We used that excuse the year before that we didn't have no money to improve anything. But we had enough money to sign Bugs back. For what? That's a waste of money. You could put that money somewhere else. It's a low-end deal, Luke. I know. We brought back Will Harris. It's a one-year deal, Luke. I know. That's still money that you're using. And no matter how you slice it, I'm just asking, how do we improve? Let me bring in my first guest, Don 19. What's going on, Don?
What's going on, Luke?
Hey, what's your thoughts, man? I mean, I'm giving the floor to y'all. My view is clear. I'm not upset. I'm not happy. I am just like, oh, okay. This is much of what we did for the last 2 years of free agency.
Yeah, I'm kind of neutral. Just Brad Holmes just stayed the same. Added a couple of corners, Sutton, Mosley. It's like more of a 1 year proof, just like last year, like Chart, Bugs, Kaminsky. It's kind of like the same.
Yeah, I mean, I get that point, and that's to me is like, okay, I'm cool with it, right?
Yeah,
Like I'm cool with it.
yeah, I ain't got no problem.
You know, now first black man on that says, first of all, we address the trash secondary. I think I'm the first one to say is we need to address the secondary. We need to do it. I've been screaming that for about the last couple of years, but okay. He said, second of all, you can't fully improve your team when your draft hasn't happened yet. The two parts work together, Luke. You know what? You know that. I didn't say that you need to do it. I said, what did we improve? So nobody's saying that you have to fully improve your team through the free agency. Nobody's ever said that. I certainly did not say that. However, with the players that they brought in, what did they improve? That's a legitimate question that I believe should be asked. And when you look at that, that's a fair question. What does Will Harris improve? Right? What is like these people that they brought back from a defense that was basically dead last, what did they improve? If you don't think it's a fair question, I get it. You know,
I'm guessing Brad Holmes just gonna, wait for the draft to really assert himself for defense. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, listen. You know, we have some people back that I'm cool with.
Right. And he tried to go after Jalen Ramsey, but he preferred to go to Miami. So there ain't nothing you can do about it.
And this is another thing, because I actually had to defend Brad Holmes against this one. I actually was happy Brad Holmes did not bring Jalen Ramsey in for two reasons. For one, I'm pretty sure that what they asked for from the Lions was different than what they asked for from the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
For the Lions, they was asking probably for 18. They was probably asking for a second round pick. And the Lions was smart to tell him hell to the no. And ultimately, he wanted to go somewhere where he likes it in Miami. He likes it in Florida. I get it. I'm not going to kill the general manager for that. But if he would have gave up a high draft pick, I'd have been like, okay. And again, at the end of the day, I don't really care about who we didn't get. I'm trying to focus on what we have. And how does that impact our team? And how does that improve the team? And so we can talk about it, but I watch a lot of football. I've never heard anybody tell me that Sutton is a top corner in this league. And I've watched Sutton. Sutton at best is a slot corner, in my opinion. At best. He's not a number one cornerback, but per usual, per the formula, this is what we get. We get these guys who would be on the bench on other teams to be starters on ours.
I think he was solid for the Steelers. I think he just don't got no hands. He a good cover corner, but he ain't got no hands. That's the only problem with him.
Well, I'm just giving my opinion. I do want to get a few more people in downtown. I'm gonna hold you on the back for a second and get a few more people. All right, hold on one second. I'm gonna bring up my next person. I'm about to say it's right. Cosman Cal TV. I hope I said that right. Welcome to the show, brother. What's going on? Hello? All right. I guess he wasn't ready. I give him a minute to come back. I'm going to go to the next one. Crimson Shadow, what up, though?
What's up, man?
Not much, sir. What do you have for the people? I mean, what are your thoughts on the Lions free agency so far?
Yeah, it's par for the course. About what I would have done. I would bring back the guys. You got 9 wins out of these guys before. Bring back the guys that contributed. And, yeah, Alex Buggs, they contributed. They're good depth pieces, if anything. That's the thing. You can't just cut everyone and say, okay, bring in the new guys. Maybe this will work. Yeah, that's not going to fucking fly.
I don't think it's a matter of saying you can't just cut a bunch of people and say bring in new guys and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah.
You gotta have familiarity.
Yeah, the reality is you got 5 picks in the top 81, right?
Yeah,
and you have a chance. You have a chance to add some impactful players from free agency, right? And you have a chance to add those impactful players from key positions.
Yeah, but are you gonna pay $72 million for Edmonds?
I'm not even talking about Tremaine Edmonds, because at that point I don't care what Edmonds does, right? He's not, in my opinion, he's not a top talent. So to the people who love him and stuff, they love his athletic ability. More power to you, but he's not a top talent in my opinion. And so at that point, I'm just like, okay, whatever. But there were other people that could have been a top talent or added more impact to your team. And yeah, you didn't get them, and I don't care. But you're gonna have a hard time selling me on Alex Anzalone being your leader for the next 2 years at the middle linebacker.
And besides, drafting middle linebackers, you were a linebacker, and you know better than anyone that middle linebackers is almost like cornerback. It takes time to develop that. Outside, inside linebackers, pretty easy, not really hard to get. Middle linebacker is a different animal. You know that's true. And
I know this. I know every great defense had a good interior linebacker, and that every quarterback is trying to ID that particular linebacker. Okay. Their impact is great. Nobody's IDing freaking Alex Anzalone. Nobody cares.
Well, no, but he's inoffensive. He does the job. He earned the bag. I ain't going to lie. He did very well in his last part, and if he does it again, well, if he fits what we do, hey, look at the Patriots. They take guys nobody else would take, and it works for them. They run Jelani Tavai, and it freaking works for them. It's the weirdest thing.
Because they used them. They used them where they were supposed to. That's the difference.
Well, there you go. Supposed to.
Listen again. If you love this thing, great. I have no emotion really to it. I'm just asking.
I don't love it. I'm fine with it.
I'm just asking, what did we improve? Let me bring in one more person, Crimson. Hold on, let me put you in the back for a second. Bring in my man D-Map Zoom. I want to hear y'all opinion about the Lions free agency thus far. What is y'all opinion about it? D-Map Zoom, what you got for the people and your thoughts about this free agency so far?
So far, I guess it's decent. He basically brought back the guys he know that really contributed to our 9 wins last year. When signed a couple of dudes, he know that cornerback room was freaking abysmal. So one got a couple guys, Sutton and what was it, Mosley, right?
Who does Mosley and Sutton upgrade from?
I got a feeling that might have replaced Okuda. They probably lighting fire on Okuda's ass and basically telling him like, yeah, bro, I'll let you know your job is in jeopardy.
So if the Lions cut Okuda, like you're suggesting, the Lions cut Okuda, then they're basically saying that he was not worth a top 10 pick, let alone the top 3. That's what they saying?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Like, you already know the reason he picked to begin with is because freaking Bob Quin, man, Matt Trish was trying to save that job. That's the reason he picked him. He picked him in number 3 to begin with. That's the reason he did it. So, he let go slowly.
Okay. So if they don't cut Okuda, right? Let's say they don't cut Okuda, then what did we upgrade?
At that point, I don't think we upgraded much.
Like what's the difference between Sutton and Hughes? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I'm genuinely asking. What's the difference between them?
I'll say honestly, I didn't really actually look at much of the film on all the guys, but supposedly Sutton is like pretty good as far as coverage goes. But it's like man to man, it's like average or something. But it's like I haven't dived deep into it, but supposedly he's better than what we got now for a fact. Somewhat better. Okay,
I'm just asking.
All right, man.
Like when you look up and you look at who we brought Matt Nelson back, right? You brought Will Harris back. You brought
Nelson.
You brought
wait, they brought back Harris too?
Yeah, Will Harris got re-signed.
Oh. I guess he's still serviceable then.
You brought back Kaminsky.
Right? They brought back Kaminsky too.
You brought back Bugs. I just want to know. I want to know based on that, what did we improve?
So far, it don't sound like we improved anything. We basically just kept them pretty much keeping the majority of our core players that we had last year together, and then we added some guys.
Which brings me to the next question, and I appreciate your point. Like I said, I want to try to give people a chance to get in here. So if y'all wouldn't to be bear with me for a few minutes, I bring everybody in. We can do cross talk and all that stuff. But I kind of want to just get the people's thought, because for me, when I look at this stuff, that fat man, the difference between Mike Hughes and Sutton is about $8.5 million. I feel you. I'm not mad at it. Free agency is starting to be boring. I'm okay with it from this standpoint, right? Because the evidence suggests that spending a lot of money in free agency doesn't equate to wins. It just doesn't. And I'm cool with that. But I'm not cool with was you getting players that fit a certain look. Emmanuel Mosley coming off of an injury, you signed him to a 1-year deal. All right. Will Harris is brought back, which again, all these guys can be cut. Make no mistake about it. We don't know who's going to end up being on the 53-man roster, but I want y'all to understand that this is still money you're spending. So when people, because I've seen people who have spent money and they have left the change at the counter, like, oh, you can keep the penny. And then it's like, yo, if 20 people do that, that's 20 cents. And that adds up quickly. So I get that part of it. What I don't get is when looking at our free agency, and I don't care what everybody else did, I'm talking about the Detroit Lions. What did we improve? That's the first one. And second question I have is did you believe that the defense was well enough? Did you believe that the defense was well enough that we can bring back many of those defensive players from last year? That's the other question. Steve said the Lions finished as the hottest team in the NFL. Maybe they didn't want to shake up their locker room or chemistry. That could be the case. But you realize that free agency had to still happen. And you realize that a draft had to still happen. And so at some point, you're shaking it up somehow because you're going to be drafting people who are going to be starting in positions. So even if you didn't want to shake it up, you inevitably will have to shake it up. It's no way of getting around it. I just hope I don't hear that Will Harris and Okudah battling for the number 2 cornerback spot. Well, you know, it is what it is. People that don't like Sutton, I'm convinced don't watch him. I don't think it's a matter of you need to like him or not. I think it's a matter of, is he a number 1 corner? And if your answer is no, okay, cool. Then what you're telling me is the Lions are still on the board for a corner. Great. First Black Man on the Net says, Luke, you obviously haven't done your research on these DBs at all. I've done my research. I've watched them. I know who Emmanuel Mosley is. I watched him. I know he coming off an injury too. Another hurt player added to our team. I know that too. The same way I know that with Sutton. Sutton, if you want to give him 2.5 good seasons or 3 seasons worth of out of his 5, okay, cool. But I also know that the minute a receiver is fast, he can't cover. So, you know, some things it just is what it is. It's like Okudah can't cover a slant route to save his life. But if you look at it and you just say, okay, cool, I expect for us to play these teams with faster receivers, and I'm going to see how Sutton do. From what I've seen, he don't do well with those speedier guys. Just saying. And I know I already hear the excuses coming where people are going to say stuff like, oh, well, you don't know the coverage. Oh, everybody gets beat sometimes. Oh, he's got a jail and stuff. And I know all the adages. I get it. Adam Whitehead says, stop the hate on Anzalone. I don't hate him no more. He's a Lion. Good job for him. No, it doesn't. But how did we get better defensively? Now we have to wait on the draft. And that's the reality. We have to wait on the draft. You got 5 picks in there, and that's what it is. The Steelers fans were bummed about losing Sutton. I don't care what the fans give a fuck about. I don't care about the fans. I know this. The Steelers don't let defensive players walk that they think are valuable to them. They don't do it. When they are no longer valuable to them, then you see them getting the hell on, like Joey Porter. Like you see them when they moved on from Lamar Woodley. When they realize they can't get any more out of you, like James Harris and all, they'll move on from you then. But the Steelers take care of their players. In fact, that's one of the classiest organizations in all of the NFL. And if the Steelers think that much of you as a player, you ain't going nowhere. And that's a fact. You ain't going nowhere. So I'm not knocking them. I'm asking, where do we improve at? Just because we got a new name in the building don't mean we improve. Sorry, not sorry. Just putting it out there. What up, though, Troy? I'm not trying to, make it a thing. I'm just telling the truth. Never stop the hate of Anzalone. I know, Vel, but he a Lion. So at that point, I got to root that he do something worthwhile. Like, that's all it is. Like, I just gotta hope he do it. Joe Lewis says, made it, Luke. Let's get petty because the Lions resigning. Hey, I don't think that your defense was good enough for you to bring these people back. You telling me of all the free agents in this free agency pool, that was the best inside linebacker you can find. Got it. Okay. Got it. Anzalone had a better year than linebacker named as his replacement in the chat. Y'all hate on the wrong players all the time. Okay. If you know, I'm with it. Let me see. I want to make sure I get to the comments. What are y'all thoughts? I want to know what y'all thoughts are. I know Cameron Hayward was upset about Sutton leaving. Okay. Cool. They improved their talent and depth in the secondary with the cornerback signings. I see Harris playing much less this season. Okay. See, if you can give me an answer like that and tell me that this is what they improve and you, okay, I can rock with your answers. I'm asking you these questions because I want to know what your thoughts are, right? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I want to know. Sutton is not Deion Sanders or Charles Wilson or Champ Bailey. He's a younger Darius Slay. Okay. Luke, you wasting this channel, bro. And a great following. You bring up irrelevant stuff just to have content. This team is steadily improving, and you questioning Holmes and company. Okay. I'm open to all comments today. This is an opportunity for you to speak your truth. That's why it's the link is in there. You can come in here and tell me I'm crazy. I'm asking a legitimate question. And whether people think that these are not legitimate questions or not, that's fine. But the reality is this. What I'm not going to do is come on here and give you a bunch of lip service with lipstick on and tell you, you know what? Yeah, this is a great offseason. Yeah, we can't do anything wrong. Yeah, the Lions were smart to do this. Nobody in here realistically is saying these things. And the ones who are have not jumped on to talk about it. And I'm asking questions for a reason. Because when I ask the question of what did we improve, it's a legitimate question. When I ask the question of were there anybody on that defense from last year, not named Aiden Hudson because you drafted him, and obviously you ain't gonna get rid of him, not named Tracy Walker because he was hurt. You can't talk about him. But like the people who were free agents were worthy to be brought back. Do you really believe you would have lost something if you didn't re-sign Alex Anzalone? I don't think so. I just don't. Raw Podcast says Holmes is not perfect. He is very good in the draft and free agency. He is suspect. I'm not trying to change it. It says, Luke, they are building this thing through the draft. They're adding upgrades at vulnerable positions. You should know the game plan. Come on, Luke. I know the game plan. So what you're telling me is they got 5 picks out of the top 81. We should have at least how many day one starters? You tell me. How many day one starters? You got 5 out of the top 81. I'm already going to go with 4. You should have 4 day one starters. So I'm just saying. I'm not going to lie, but I'd rather keep Anzalone than disgustingly overpay a big-name linebacker that could possibly cripple the cap. So our cap been fucked up for the last 3 seasons. I got it. You don't think all these little signings had anything to do with our cap issues? You don't think re-signing Will Harris had anything to do with it? You don't think Isaiah Buzz for $6 million for 2 years had anything? These little signings don't make no difference to this. Got it. I got it. Lions don't have the budget to build through free agency. Nobody's asking them to build through free agency. Nobody's saying, hey, go out there and build through free agency. We're bringing back a lot of people from a defense that was ranked in the lower end of the league in terms of a defense. That's logical thinking to everyone. Just trying to figure it out. We would have lost Thor's hammer celebration and possibly confused by fake butter If we lost Anzalone, he is a treasure. Okay. And who cares as long as the Lions record is improved at the end of the season? That's all I care about, which is why I'm not shitting on it. But I have every right to ask those questions. I have every right to put those questions out there because that's what it is. There are fair questions that should be asked. Nobody should be doing it. Lions actually have a lot of cap space next offseason. This is my third year watching our team in free agency. I don't think we're a team that's going to be I don't think it's going to be like spending money. Like in my opinion. Could be wrong. I don't get it. Worst channel for Lions content is always trying to be different with backwards takes just to get buzz. This dude back. Good grief. No matter who Brad signs, you're not happy. It's going to trend with you. You didn't even want Hutch. Yeah, look, I'm open to all opinions. I'm happy you here to even give it. Good for you. You think I'm the worst and you here. That's intriguing. Bruh, you're correct. And it said he won't read your comment. I just did. Nobody's exempt. The same way that link has been in that chat the entire time. And nobody's hopped on to talk besides the 3 people who jumped in. And if you want to hear fluff and fan service, then, hey, this is not the place. I'm about thinking. And nobody's trying to be different for buzz or anything like that. All the same people who hyped up this stuff, hyped it up last year. And we started out 1-6, and they wanted every coach fired. So mess me with the bullshit. For now, we signing them, but we can still use them as trade bait in the draft, though. I don't know how often that happens. You kind of sound like you're shitting on it, Luke. Okay. I'm asking a question. What did we upgrade? I shouldn't have to tell you what we upgrade. You should be able to tell me. What is the upgrades we made? The defense was ranked what last year? You think Ellis Anzalone was worth coming back? These are questions that you should be able to answer. Because the reason I'm doing that is because when I'm up here, I get up here, I'm on the record for what I say. When you guys get in the chat, I want y'all to be on the record for what y'all say. If you are under the belief that the Lions are doing the right things and they're doing the right decisions in this offseason and you are excited about it, then tell me what are the improvements? What are you excited about? Because guess what? We had Cominsky last year. We had Alex Anzalone last year. We had Isaiah Buggs last year. We had Craig Reynolds last year, right? The only people that they added that we did not have are Sutton and Mosley. Okay, we had Will Harris last year, and every single person in here was like, oh my God, this defense is garbage. So now I'm saying, okay, they bringing them all back. Are you cool with this? That's a question. Are you good with what they're doing? Southwest Lions, thank you for having a fair conversation about it. He says they have improved secondary, but I don't think either of these guys is their number one cornerback. I would not be surprised to see them draft a cornerback at 6 if Anderson and Carter are gone. I'm in agreement with you, and I think that that's the only thing you can do. But you know our fan base don't want Carter because he's a criminal. How dare he race? They don't want that. I put up poll at the poll, and I've read what the people have said, and they would rather have a corner than Jalen Carter. It blows my mind. They would rather have a corner than Bijan Robinson. Again, I'm just here to point it out. All I gotta say is Okudah is not worth a top 10 pick. I know that take started here, and I was told I was batshit crazy too when I said that one. Let me bring Crimson and D-Map in. D-Map, Crimson, you think it's unfair to ask these questions?
No, it's not an unfair.
Come on now.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like if you go back and you watch a lot of these videos, have you not looked at the chats and seen where people were literally shitting?
Oh, yes.
They were shitting on the defense and shitting on the things that's going on, and they thought we were going to do it.
But guys, you got to be reasonable here. Luke's not hating this. Look, I've watched Luke for many years. If Luke was hating something, trust me, Luke is pretty freaking blatant when he hates something. It's just indifference. And by all means, yeah, it is a very indifferent type of free agency. There's, we just brought back a lot of guys. I get why we did it. It's a familiarity thing, and it still netted you 9 wins, and the defense did improve, but there is questions. Can they do that again? Can they do what they did in the second half, or are they just going to be inconsistent again? And it's understandable.
And that's the reality of it. And again, the thing that I want people to realize is every year we give the same excuses, and I'm saying, look, and let me bring in down 19 because I want people to be in and have the conversation. Y'all seem to be the ones who willing to have the conversation. But as Black Spirit points out, re-signing the Tim Boyles and Will Harris will continue to mess with your cap. These little signings make a difference. And when people are sitting there, acting like that don't make a difference, it's cool. My reality is simply put this. I don't want to hear fire no head coach. I don't want to hear fire Aaron Glenn when y'all are putting down A+, B+, and shit like that. Don't put down fire Aaron Glenn, fire Dan Campbell. I don't want to hear that.
But I will say it is important to have depth. We have always said that. And Bugs, if you do draft Jalen Carter, having Bugs as a depth player, I would say be pretty aces. It's kind of like the Evan Brown on your D line. Just have a guy sit in the back in case of injury or anything.
All right, thank you, Steve-O. An answer I can rock with. The upgraded the secondary and brought back the free agents that performed for this team last season. Cool.
I'm all right with that. I like
cool.
that answer.
I'm trying to open the door for conversation. I literally started the show out by putting the information out up front to say, hey, this is our questions. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in your opinion, what would you have done with the Alex deal? Do you hate the contract, or what do you feel like? Is it just the player for you?
About what? You talking about for our free agents?
I'm saying for Anzalone. Is it that you don't care much for the contract, or are you just kind of indifferent with him? Like, what is your?
I think he is a meh player at best. Okay. He's not even average. He's meh at best. and for me, I believe that you can upgrade him with your eyes closed. You can literally sleep and stay in a coma for years and come back and upgrade him. It's not hard. What? So I just think that he's a mad player. DJ says, Luke, you keep saying the defense was ranked terrible, but you take out the first. Why I gotta take out anything? Why do I gotta take out anything?
It don't work like that.
That's not how it works. They played a whole season. I can see if there wasn't a whole season played. They played a whole season and was ranked last. Because guess what? When I take out those 7 games, I can't take them out because guess what? Because one of those 7 games mattered to you getting into the damn playoffs.
True.
The Seahawks one.
The one game where your offense scored like 40-something freaking points, you give up 46.
One stop to save
or 48 or whatever the hell it was. So I'm just saying, you want me to take it out, but I can't take it out. I have to look at it and I have to ask these questions. And any person who doesn't like that, hey, sorry, not sorry.
Sure, they can kick rocks at that point.
The reality is this. I'm putting it up there for people to see. Dale says Anzalone signing doesn't bother me. He did step up his play last half of the season. Hopefully it will continue. Thanks for keeping it real, bro. I'm just trying my best.
Jared Davis of linebackers.
I'm just trying to tell the truth.
He's very polarizing to me.
Let me see. Luke, we can't take Carter. We need young outstanding players to make Miss Ford to church on Sunday. You can't have a criminal take her into a church.
What the hell?
Yeah, he being facetious. I get it, but I understand what he's saying.
Unless he murdered someone, I don't care. Bring in Carter. It's really I can't.
Daryl
I
Richards says
dogs on this D line.
Daryl Richards says they have not impressed me at all. Why would you sign a hurt cornerback and bring back Will Harris instead of Holmes? Should have spent that money on a top free agent right guard. We can go back and forth on what they could have and should have did. So should have, would have, could have. We could have did that all day, right? We could have said they could have did this, they should have did that. I want to focus on what they did, and to me, what you point out, Darrell, is the same thing. I'm asking people to say, hey, let's look at what we did. What did they improve? Because you took a cornerback who's coming off an injury, and there seems to be a trend where taking all these players coming off injuries. And I get that you want to say, well, it's a depth move. And yes, I know he can still be cut. I get that. I understand that. But what did they improve? We've been talking about the cap for 3 seasons. We're the only team still talking about cap issues 3 seasons in. Why?
Bob Quinn screwed us over so damn hard.
That
The
wasn't
Lions,
bad,
year 1,
though,
3
but it
wins.
can't be
Year
bad.
2, 9 wins. They are definitely getting better.
Well,
Is it because of defense?
I'd say that for the
Well,
Jaguars
the second half.
defense.
I'm just saying.
I
How much money?
count the Jets game because you had Zach Wilson throwing. So even then, you made Zach Wilson look like a freaking superstar.
Now, this is an interesting point. I like this. This is conversational. The Lions upgraded the cornerback room enough to the point that cornerback isn't necessary in the first round. They also locked down some depth at a few positions by re-signing players. Only cornerback room improvement so far. Do you believe that the Lions have done enough in free agency to where cornerback is no longer an option in the first round?
I mean, not at 6, but at 18, I could see them taking. If Joey Porter fall or Emmanuel Ford right there, I could see that. But at 6, I think it's gonna be a defensive line. I changed my mind from previous talks.
Yeah,
I changed my mind.
I was like, I know that first pick for a fact is going to either be a quarterback, we trade down, or we going to get D tackle.
I see you in the back, brother. I'm going to bring you in 1 second. Just hold tight for
But
me.
that
All right?
18 pick is really, that's up there.
All right. So, Darrell said they haven't improved anything on defense except a slot corner. Cam Sutton is a highly paid slot corner. He's going to be a number 1 or number 2, so we're going to get to see. All I know is when I watched him against the faster receivers, it didn't look good. That's all I can say. I can't argue the other things. I can just tell you what I saw. Hatterhouse says, all I got to say is our defense better be top 15 to 20. 29th ain't going to cut it. Okay, well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
But if they're not a top defense, they're going to – I'll tell you what's going to happen. If they're not a top defense, they're going to say fire Aaron Glenn. That's going to be the scapegoat. So, again, I get it. But I wanted to hear your viewpoint of it. I don't really give a shit because at the end of the day, I believe that the general manager is doing what I always saw him doing. Let me bring in my next guest so he can talk his piece. Wait a minute, hold on, wait. Goddamn, his name went off the screen. There you go. My man Greasy in the building. What's going on, brother?
Bro.
Hey, what do you got for me, man? What do you think about this?
I mean, I think we just staying average and no upgrades or nothing, bro.
You say what now?
We staying average, ain't really upgrades. Oh God, ain't nobody we pick up like I'm like, oh yeah, but
I heard a bell. I don't know where it came from, but it was timed perfectly.
I thought that was a month.
Hey, listen, I'm asking questions and they think it's just my personal view. My personal view is that when I look at this team,
oh Lord, Bogo,
our biggest problem was defense. It is what it is. Luke in here shitting all over free agent moves like he was force-fed ketchup flavored.
Ketchup
I'm not shitting on it. I'm asking questions.
I don't like says actually have flavors.
But I'm asking questions though. Listen, every person. I started out with 2 questions and I said the floor is yours, which means that I'm allowing for any person to come in here, answer those questions, and then proceed on with how they view things. I have left it open for you to do what you want. And people want to treat it like, oh, you just don't want to say this. The same people who said I was crazy for saying Okuda ain't worth a top 10 pick and that he's a safety. The same people who told me I was crazy for saying fire Matt Patricia after the first season. And they said it takes 3 years to build a culture, man. Meanwhile, Dan Campbell over here saying, hold my beer, did it in 1 season. The same people who want to keep bringing up when I'm wrong but can't talk about when I'm right. I'm just trying to figure out when are we going to get real with each other for a moment. All I did was ask a goddamn question, a fair question. That's all I'm saying. The Lions are in a position to take a next step. I got questions. I asked you, what did they improve? I asked you, do you believe that defense has people who were free agents that should have been brought back? I asked you another question out here in the gate where I don't know who got the chip bag, but I got to take you out because that is really loud. All right. Yeah, it was loud. Tear my ear.
That was a fresh bag of Doritos.
It had to be.
Yeah.
I asked you this question right here. Have the Lions done enough thus far in free agency to give you confidence they're heading in the right direction to contend in this division? If your answer to all that is yes, great. If your answer to all that is no, great. I want to hear from you. That's what my point is. That's all I'm doing. Troy says exactly, Fearless. Why bring back guys that made our defense terrible?
Luke, let me ask you, do you think the Bears improve?
Do I think who?
The Bears improve.
I believe that the Bears improved by virtue that half the people they had were hurt and not available. But that Edmonds deal was ridiculous. I wouldn't have paid him that. I wouldn't have paid him that. In fact, I think if I'm not mistaken, let me go back up. I think they're above us. Yeah, so I think adding DeMarcus Walker is an upgrade for them. They really didn't have nothing there. Yeah, right. Definitely. And I think bringing in TJ Edwards is a nice upgrade for them because they moved on from Roquan Smith, and I feel like TJ Edwards is decent enough that he's a solid player. Obviously, the trade made me even happier because I'm like, y'all took way less than what y'all probably could have got. So kudos to y'all for it. You get a fast receiver, who I'm not afraid of, but hey, it is what it is. Last time they played us, I think he torched our ass. So,
DJ Moore.
I could have sworn that was him that torched us. Maybe I'm thinking of a different receiver.
Who didn't torch us that game? All the running backs torched us.
Oh yeah, I forgot that part. We're gonna leave that alone though.
That was a weird game.
Wait. I'm still thinking about. I forget. Listen, this is how you know I'm so traumatized about what they did to us last season with that rushing attack. But I'm still traumatized about when they fired Patricia and how them goddamn receivers was running wild, like there was no wrong they can do. So off rip,
lost a lot in that Carolina game, bro. I don't even talk about that for real.
If I can go back on the Sutton thing, at least because on my mock drafts, I always double down on cornerback. Now I have to be like, well, I got Sutton now, so I don't have to worry about the slot. Now I don't have to double down as much on corner. And I imagine.
I mean, it just depends on how you want to go about doing it. Yeah. I'm still in the wait and see mode. Yeah, because most of what I say is not for now. It's about, does it age well? Like we had a guy I did a video on where he basically made a racist comment about Samoans and not being good in the NFL. Remember that guy who talking about Penny Sewell? Yeah, that shit did not age well. It didn't.
Oh, and God, no,
it didn't. Off rip, I bodied it. That's what it was. So
isn't Apollo Malu? He's Hawaiian.
Now, let me ask this question because I'm curious about this too. If the Lions are sitting up there and Jalen Carter's on the board, this is to the chat. If the Lions are sitting up there and Jalen Carter's on the board and they take a cornerback, are you guys upset?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'd be. Oh, God, no, not a corner.
I'll be sick. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn it. I didn't. There's no
You'll be sick
here.
I'll be sick.
I'm sorry, Anthony, if you're watching, man. I can't do Witherspoon at 6. Sorry, man.
I'm just saying, like to the chat. If Carter is sitting there at 6, because there's probably a good chance he will be, and the Lions decide that they're going to take a corner, whether it's Gonzalez, whether it's Witherspoon, whoever, are you going to be okay with that? I want to know.
Be dead to me.
Valerie, a Lions fan and a Bears fan, says, I'm not mad at Edmonds' deal. It's a bit more than I wanted to pay, but with all the money the Bears have, they out here acting like they got stripper money at the club. Yeah, I think they spent like 90% of their cap in day one. Like that's a lot. At least I heard something like that. I bet you any amount of money, Luke, this defense after this draft will be top 10. You want to do that?
No, don't do it.
I'm not. Well,
you do it.
Hey, I tell you what. I'll bet this. If the Lions defense is top 10, now DJ, I would not only let you do a full takeover, I would let you do a full takeover and you can say whatever you want to me. I'm going to take it like a boss. Right? I'm going to take it like a boss. You can come on, call me all kind of dumbasses and everything. I'm cool with it. But if the Lions defense is not top 10, I want you not to change your name, but I want you to come on the show and eat this crow. That's all I'm asking. Very simple. Let me say to you all the things that you could have said to me. I'll make that deal.
They ain't gonna do that.
I'm just asking.
Even I'm not thinking they're going to be top 10. That's
He'll be
Hey,
Brad.
Luke,
15, maybe. I can think
Luke.
that.
Yes, sir.
I know you saw the Eagles took Rashad Penny.
Say that what I?
I know you seen the Eagles take Rashad Penny. You know Bijan Robinson for them. I told
The
you.
Eagles signed who?
They took
Rashad
Penny
Penny.
from the Seahawks.
Oh, really? Is that a rumbling going around?
No, that's they signed him. Already been signed.
See, but I'm gonna tell you why.
A low ball deal too.
Let me tell you why. They know that trade that the Bears made changes the way they can do stuff on their board, right? There's gonna be some names that shouldn't be there, and when those names fall to them, they will take them. But I think that they want Bijan Robinson. I don't believe that Bijan Robinson get past the Eagles. I think that they got Rashad Penny. That's cool, but they ran like 3 running backs last year.
And Luke, just today they signed another running back, Boston Scott.
Yeah, I know. I feel they ran 3 running backs, so I know that they're going to still add. All right, let me see if I can get them in here.
Oh, hey, dude. Anyways, cooking.
Is it working?
Cooking with Crimson.
Cops and Cal TV, is it working?
You there, buddy?
Nope, nothing.
Let that boy Crimson cook.
Hey, Crimson looked like he was looking for his dog or something. You there, buddy?
If Bijan is there at 18 and Holmes takes him, are y'all going to be pissed? I would take him at 6.
Nope.
The only person I won't take Bijan over is Carter. That's all I'm saying.
Would you be mad if we took Cansey at 6, or would you?
Yeah, nah. Listen,
I was wondering.
Listen. You gotta understand something. If you're taking Cansey at 6, then you're telling me you're addressing the interior of the defense. Great. Now we got to just see what our safeties do because they're going to be here, and we got to see what our middle linebacker do because he's obviously going to be here. Anzalone is going to be here, and there's no way of getting around that. Cosmic Cal TV. Let's see if you're ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna try this one more time.
All right.
You got to unmute your mic though. You there?
Peace, man. Peace to all y'all brothers, man.
All right.
There we go.
All right, man. Sorry about that earlier.
Let me give you one-on-one time because I want to make sure I can hear what you got to say. What are your thoughts on the Lions free agency so far?
Oh, well, it seems like don't nobody just want to come out and just spit the real. This is a terrible free agency so far. It's bringing Will Harris, bringing Anzalone, pieces that could easily be replaced. Now, I've been rocking with my boy Luke G, probably about three years or so right now. Now, had they had just drafted Simmons 3 years ago, we're not even talking about Anzalone right now. Had they listened to my brother back when he told them, do not draft Okuda at 3 is too high. We're not even talking about this.
Nope.
And then we these are players, and the players that could have been taken were impact players on other teams.
Preach.
So you dig what I'm saying? This is why I like Luke G, because he actually spit the real. You dig what I'm talking about? It's not about, and then this is the problem I got with the Lions. The Lions have no dogs on their team. They have no killer in them. They have no grit, no intestinal fortitude. They don't have a guy who's just gonna walk up and punch a guy in the face and kick a guy and go sack the quarterback 3 times in a game. We don't have dogs on our team. We got shih tzus, and on our defense, especially on our defense, we have no dogs. Listen, my pick for 6 is a dude like Jalen Carter. That's my personal pick. You dig what I'm saying? And then I go get the quarterback. I go get the quarterback from TCU. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm tired of Boyle. I'm tired of golf. You dig what I'm saying? And it's time for an upgrade. You know what I mean? You go get the boy who I think gonna who, the Duggan kid?
No,
The TCU QB?
I'm giving you your opportunity to speak because I opened it up. Usually, I usually say what I gotta say, then I open it up later. I came out the gate with it open, like y'all talk to me, and all I got told is I'm hating.
No.
You're
not hating.
The floor up to
you're not hating.
You guys and I'm asking fair questions. Where did we improve at? And I'm not acting as if though
we didn't.
I'm not acting as if though I'm trying to make it seem like, oh, well, I just know what's so much better for the team. I'm asking you guys, where do we improve at? Where do you truly believe we improved at? And the people who answer that question, thank you. I appreciate that because that's what I want to do. I want to have a conversation to talk about it.
We didn't improve at all, Luke, at all, whatsoever.
I just looked at it like this. Like I just looked at it like this. To me, I don't get upset at the free agency no more than I get hyped for draft because I have figured out one thing about Brad Holmes is when he's going to do certain things, it's not going to matter. My issues with Brad Holmes when I first even brought Brad Holmes' name up was because everybody wanted to fire Dan Campbell. And I went, well, hold on. This defense was garbage 3 years before Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell got here. And 2 years into it, you had a chance to improve that defense, and you didn't. I said, so this is another year where you got a chance to go into the free agency and draft and improve the team. And so I'm gonna wait and see. Because when I say things, it's not about it being right in the moment. It's about will it age well? Does it age well? I told people, everybody and their mother, choose me a new one because of Okudah. And I said, okay, y'all think y'all see what y'all see. I showed you film and showed you what he was doing. And I said, this is what he's doing. And I said, this is the reality of it. And I said, that game he had against Michigan, they should have called him for about 100 pass interference. They didn't. People was like, no, you crazy, Luke. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Meanwhile, here we are trying to figure out how to move on from him. And I kept telling people, if you move him to safety, you're going to get way more out of him. So I'm not looking to get no flowers because I don't expect to do it. I expect to be told I'm a hater. I expect for the same people who told me it takes 3 years for you to build a culture to still come in here and tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Why? That's the job I'm doing. And at the end of the day, I'm expecting that to happen. So, no offense, Crimson, but we not doing the home cooking network. So we talking sports. I don't want you being distracting when we talking sports. I don't want to have that come up. I want to keep it about the sports. Although it did look delicious with what you made, but I don't want to have that up there. So
it's not gonna get in the way, dude. Don't worry.
The fact is, Luke, we didn't get better. We got a lot of Lions stands up here. You dig what I'm talking about? Who've seen it done wrong so long. You dig what I'm talking about? Did they think when a bad move is made, well, it's just par for the course? Well, dude, we ain't won nothing in 60 years. I think Holmes has a way of doing things, so I'm not going to go ape crazy. But they also play a game of favoritism. Dude, they didn't even draft Okudah. Why are y'all holding on to him? Why are y'all? He's not a Holmes guy.
Forget Okudah. Why are you holding on to Will Harris? Yeah. Like, let's just start there.
He's a gadget player.
Yeah.
That's why he's here.
Yeah, but that's no excuse to mess up our cap. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, you could have threw a rock at any linebacker in the NFL, any one of them on free agency, and it would have been an upgrade from Anzalone.
You could have brought in
we have better players actually who sit the bench. We have better players who sit the bench. So this is the favoritism that I don't like that I see in the Lions. I want the best players and I want dogs on my team. I want people I want when they used to play the old Ravens, right? And you had Ed Reed back there and you had Ray Lewis. Those guys were worried. I mean, I'm on the Tuesday when they came back to practice. The first thing they were talking about was that middle linebacker, that safety. You see what I'm saying? I want some guys who strike fear in people.
to me, that's all I'm asking for. Nick Gunjack, that's a hell of a fucking name. That's awesome. He says getting a top 25 corner isn't getting better. Yeah, in my opinion, if I'm at 6, I'm taking Bijan Robinson if Carter is not there. If Carter's there, I'm taking Carter. And let's take Carter is there at 6, and I take Carter. At 18, y'all ain't gonna like this.
Go defense again.
No, I wouldn't even go defense. Because at that point, at 18, you can kind of play it a little bit different. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
I would go guard. Because I would not want to just go ahead and re-up, because at this point, I don't know how the hell Big V still holding on. It's time for them to cut him, but I don't know how he's holding on. I would go guard, and if guard is not there, if for some strange reason Joey Porter Jr. is there, then I may go defense again.
I heard it was restructuring Big V's contract.
But I heard they're going to restructure it, but I want more. I want to bring in another person, Lions Rumble 81. I'm bringing him in so he can talk about it. I'm really leaving it open. The link is in the description for you to jump in and talk your stuff. I'm not stopping anybody. Feel free to jump in and have the conversation. Lions Rumble 81, what's going on, brother?
What up, y'all boys, man? Thank you for having me.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm happy to see you here. I'm going to ask you the same thing. What are your thoughts about the Lions free agency so far? Are you what did we improve? And do you believe that the Lions had players on that defense last year who should have been retained?
Yes, I do. Only because, again, the familiarity of the bunch of the unit. Sometimes it's hard to break a chink in that chain. I understand why they brought in the cornerback. Again, we forgot we drafted Chase Lucas. We didn't really see a lot of them last year. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. And I think the signing of that cornerback, kind of put Jeff Okudah on the burner. Now it's now or never. I wouldn't see. We kind of did the same thing last year to TJ Hawkinson. So if we do draft a corner, then that kind of lets me know that, Okudah's on his way out the door. I'm okay with the signings, man. They got they got the Tennessee connection with Mosley and the cornerback. So hopefully those two, on the field again, hopefully they bring some dynamic that we haven't seen yet. And again, we have Dre Bly, kind of taking over for where Aubrey Pleasant was. And we know, Dre was a dog. So hopefully he can implement some fight in these boys and some real grit, because that's what we need in that secondary. We don't need no kittens, purring. We need some lions out there roaring and getting turnovers and laying the lumber out there, man.
I ain't mad at it. Combat Stacks say Beijing at 6. What you smoking, Luke? Listen, I know it sounds crazy, right? But I want you to hear me, right? You realize that your running backs on roster are Craig Reynolds, DeAndre Swift. Them is pretty much the rest of the people don't even freaking matter, right? Yeah. DeAndre Swift, a guy who I absolutely love. I have been beating the table saying that he needs to be the starter, the full-fledged starter, not no split reps. The majority of the carry needs to go his way. I have said that for him the entire time. And when he does get there, he shows he's explosive and everything. The problem is that once you get past those two, you really don't have another running back. And with Bijan, you get a little bit of power, you get a little bit of elusiveness, you get a little bit of everything. And the reason I said Bijan at 6 is because at this point, given what I'm seeing in terms of our direction, I'm trying to keep people off the field and on their toes. And if you can do a switcheroo between Bijan and Swift, I think that has more impact than, say, a cornerback. Now, if you're telling me, again, that Carter's there, he's my first choice, right? The only other choice outside of Carter that I want above Carter is trading out of that pick for more draft capital that gives us an additional first-round pick in next year's draft and maybe some other capital in next year's draft and this year's draft. But if that option is not there and Carter is not there and you don't feel that any of the top 3 favorite quarterbacks are still on the board for you to take, then Bijan Robinson is my guy, because I'm not taking a corner at 6. I love Joey Porter Jr. I think Joey Porter Jr. is a nice cornerback, and I'm not willing to take him at 6 because I can take somebody who can give me a little bit more impact and beat John Robinson. That is what I'm smoking on.
Exactly.
Again, it doesn't have to be, your cup of tea or your flavor of ganja, but that's my thought process of thinking of that. One Pride 40 says, oh, wait, man, I hear something.
Who's getting in their car?
Let me see, hold on. Nope, that ain't him. I don't know who that is.
That's a Ford. I know that. I know that jingle anywhere.
A Ford? What the heck?
I know that jingle. I know the
Oh
Ford
my
jingle.
God. Is he right? I'm serious. Is he right?
I know I'm right. I know that's Ford.
I would be shocked.
Yeah, he right.
Get the hell out of
Yeah, he's
here.
right.
Redneck power.
Yeah, he right.
I didn't know. What dogs is a free agent that's still on the market? Beautiful question. Beautiful question. And it's one of them.
That's another thing.
It's one of them that and this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have conversations. People that I believe are still out there. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen.
I do like the Sutton move just because now I don't have to worry about drafting like a corner in the top now. Now at least I know I got something there, that isn't just a Kuda or a Mani.
I'm listening.
So y'all talking about Sutton in the slot. All right, but what's slot receivers? They're fast. You have trouble with fast receivers. That's not.
So let me go back to the top. I'll show y'all people who I believe are still dogs that I would be more than happy to bring in. And Levante David is one. He's one. So he's one of the people I wouldn't mind bringing in. Byron Murphy's another because he's scrappy. I know he was hurt, but I know he's scrappy. I can't do nothing with Joe David and Clowney, so don't nobody dare try to bring that BS up to me.
Yeah.
Drew Tranquil is one of the ones that I hope that we still get. Cole Holcomb, I would take him too. Let's see. Nope, don't want him. Calais, when did Calais Campbell become a free agent?
Today, but they talking about they gonna resign him already. They was already talking about the Baltimore gonna resign him.
Oh, I'm like, when the hell did that happen?
That
was news to me, y'all. That just kind of shocked me. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? All right, let me see. Who else out there that I would take that I would be happy with? Shit, Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, I'd rock.
Yeah, I would take him. Shit. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Is
that another Justin Houston?
Greg Gaines. We could have had Leighton Vander Esch.
Could have.
But I would have took him. Let me see.
Ashawn, I mean, were you okay with him coming back?
Nah, Ashawn can stay with the hell he at. I'm good on him. Robert Toney, maybe, but I ain't worried about him trying to get him that bad. Let me see.
I'm fine with our tight ends.
I would love Gardner Minshew. He would be a damn good backup. A damn good backup. You know what I mean?
I love me some.
But we probably would never touch him. Let's see. Irv Smith, I wouldn't mind. I mean, that's basically where I'm at. So there's a few people still out there in terms of this top 101 that I would touch. So if that answers your question, yeah, those are people that I would deem dog or better players that can really help this team.
Oh, absolutely.
I would take all linebackers, but we have 3 already now. Oh, you wrong, Detroit. Val says, Luke, do you want Boyles back? No, I don't want Boyle back. That's Tim Boyle is your problem. That's a Bears issue, not mine. Cooking an egg live is embarrassing. Come on, man. If you want a slot corner, get Clark Phillips in the second. Let me see. I want to make sure I ain't missing nobody.
What about that Tomlinson kid from TCU? I wouldn't mind him as our slot corner.
Hey, my man, Rumble had to dip. I appreciate him for coming through. He's at work and he came through and stuff. So I appreciate that. Again,
hey, Rumble.
Now, again, my view is not what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at the view of you. This is your opportunity. There is literally a link in the description for you to join the show and talk your stuff.
Come on,
literally there for you to talk it. It's for you to give me your opinions. And for me, my opinion is simple. I got it linked, pinned up at the top. I just double checked it. It's still there. My opinion is simple and it's not complicated. It's just, what did we improve?
I mean, like I said, it ain't much, but I'm happy that we at least got some corners and addressed something of the need. I may not be the guy I wanted, but hey, by all means, I'm at least glad we're knowing that we're weak in this division, not lying to ourselves.
And again, I haven't even gotten that far into it because I feel like this is much of what I've seen. So I don't trip over things that I've already seen it,
Yeah. You don't judge until you see the whole body of work. We haven't even we're not done with free agency, and we're done with the draft. And once everything's done said, then we'll judge it as a whole.
Yeah, I just well, it says sit back and be patient, let Brad Holmes cook. I'm good.
That's what we're doing.
I'm good. I want to know what y'all feel. How are y'all feeling about this? You know what I mean? Like I want to know, what are y'all thoughts on this?
I mean, Greasy, you're okay, aren't you? You're okay with it. It's not like it's inoffensive.
Hey, shout out to Anthony from RachelMarieSports UK. Says, how's my favorite better looking sibling getting on today? Love from UK, Luke. Hey, man, I'm good, brother, but you know you look better. Now, come on, stop playing. You want to get all the ladies over there, man.
You
got the voice and everything. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah, he does. Dude, I'd pay money to see a picture of Anthony with Alex Anzalone hair.
Hey, so I'm just saying.
I love it.
I'm just saying. Now, granted, I'm out here giving people opportunity to speak their piece. I'm just saying, let's get Earl Holmes out of retirement to be that dog at linebacker. Damn, you trying to the way people talking about slot cornerbacks will have you thinking they're talking long snapper. Hey, what can I say? Nick says still need a receiver. Let me see. Let me go. I'm going down. Dude just came on the stream to complain. Huh?
I think he's referring to you.
Who came on the stream to complain?
Oh no.
Aaron Rodgers washed his hair before Crimson. That's so silly. Y'all ignorant. Shout out to Crimson, man. Crimson he show love all the time. Luke, you know that pink stuff that they put in the chicken nuggets at McDonald's? Yeah. That's what these guys remind. Oh man.
Oh, come on.
Hey, let me bring back my man Cal TV. Now let me ask y'all another question. Right now, so far, what's your favorite signing in the free agency? We start off with you, Greasy. What's your favorite signing so far?
Like players that they brought back?
Yeah, like players that we brought in for free agency. Like, I want to know what's your favorite. If you need me to bring it back up, and I can tell you who is basically not on this list. Like Mosley was re-signed. Will Harris was re-signed. So
Big.
I'm putting it up there. Who's your favorite free agent that we signed?
Biggs.
Bugs.
Yeah.
I mean, is it
Bugs?
Okay. All right, Bugs. Who's your favorite re-sign or your favorite free agent signing? Crimson.
My personal favorite. I'm really happy to have Kaminsky back.
Okay. All right.
Look.
Cosmic Cal TV. Who's your favorite free agent that we signed?
Even though he's hurt or is coming off an injury, I think the Mosley guy will push Okuda if he can be healthy.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Okay. How about some ketchup flavored lemonade?
Oh,
that's terrible, bro. That don't even sound good. John Johnson is definitely Kominski. Sutton, Kominski, Bugs, the rest can dip. Damn. Sutton, Kominski, Bugs, and the rest can dip. So he basically saying Reynolds can go. He's saying Alex Anzalone can go. Mosley can go. Will Harris can go. Damn. Boy,
and take Sutton with you.
He said, Craig Ferguson says Jack Frost is annoying. We're not allowed to criticize or question Holmes. It's a lot of people that don't want me to criticize Holmes. That's fine. Again, my stuff that I say is not meant to be for now. It's meant to see if it aged well. And what I know is going to happen is, if something goes left or wrong or just not, the first thing they're going to say is fire Aaron Glenn. He is the scapegoat, so pay attention.
Didn't they just
didn't they already just say fire Aaron Glenn last season?
Oh yeah, they was ready to fire him and Dan Campbell.
Didn't they give Aaron Glenn a contract extension or something like that?
Yeah, they did.
Now, wait a minute, Anthony. You didn't read that? Yeah, they re-signed Will Harris.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back. He said, did Luke just say Will Harris
Terrible.
is back? Don't make me pull out the rest of my hair, damn it. No, he's I'm serious. They re-signed him to a 1-year deal. That's what I read when I was online. I'm
Anthony
like, oh,
probably got the Mr. Burns hairdo.
Hey, listen,
Hey, Luke, I think you do. He do got something over the organization.
Smithers.
listen, I think a lot of people are not going to be happy with a lot of the things, but we had to see. Craig, we all just bust each other's balls, man. Don't take it personal. When Kaminsky comes back from injury, Aiden started balling out. I believe it was Miko. Shout out to Miko from Questionable Podcast and them boys over there. They be doing their damn thing.
He's really getting the pressure. That's what I like.
But hold on, Crimson. Miko made a statement where he said Aiden Hudson is like Greek yogurt. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? He says Greek yogurt by itself plain is just boring. There's nothing exciting about it. It's not really good. He said, but if you add fruit to it or some honey to it, it tastes really good and it's so much better. And that's how he described Aiden Hudson. And so when I see comments like this, I go back to that reference that Miko made, and I went, wow, I guess the whole reference was spot on when you got people who will miss that when Kaminsky came in there, Aiden started getting off. Yes. So if that's what it takes for him to get off, then fine. Then let Kaminsky stay, right? I mean, hell, Ash never gave up Pikachu, and he refused to evolve on his ass. So at the end of the day, I'm cool, right? You know, so
I'm going.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke, let me ask you a question. There is a guy somewhere in this draft. He's not really well known, but he is a baller, a dog that we could probably get maybe on the second day. That's a late round draft. You know what I mean? Who is that guy that could fit our needs? You know what I mean? That'll fit one of the holes we need to plug, who may not be so well known.
In the second day, in day two?
Day two.
All right, so I got to play a little devil's advocate. Let's say we get Carter at 6. Let's say we mess around and get a cornerback at 18, right?
Right.
Day 2, you got pick 49. I'm looking at who can possibly still be there.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of people that can still be there because at that point, you can pretty much go a number of ways. But to me, it's Avila from TCU. That guard to me, when I watch him, I'm just like, yo, this guy right here is going to be an amazing player. He is so
he manhandled Michigan.
And
the boys up front.
He was so powerful, and he didn't do all that bad against Georgia neither. When you look at it, and it's like, yo, you know, this guy showed tremendous poise, strength, power, and everything. Avila for me would be that guy. I would love to have Avila, you know, from out of TCU. We need a guard. He would fit exactly what we do here. You would be able to then, you know, continue to build that lineup. And really start to figure out how you want to move people. You'll be able to talk about taking a tackle the year after. I mean, you got so many options. So for me, it's Avila. I hope people ignore him, but I think he'll be there day 2. Any other questions y'all have in the chat? Put them in the chat. I'm down for it. I don't think Hendon Hooker makes it to us at 49. Remember, we picked 49 and 56.
I think it's 48 actually, but technicalities be.
Is it 48? Well,
it is 48. I've done a lot of mock drafts.
Okay, we can check it. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, you know what? Because they took a pick out, right? Somebody forfeited a pick, right?
Yeah.
Miami forfeited a pick. Yeah, that's what it was. I knew it was something like that. All right, so it's 48. I don't think he lasts to pick 48.
It's funny. I either take him or Jack Campbell. Actually, I was just recently taking that guard you were mentioning.
Yeah, Avila to me, I want him. So we got 48 and 55. I don't think he lasts that far.
You cool with Jack Campbell?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I'm cool with him, but why I'm not. I'm cool with him because I think he'd have been a good off-ball linebacker. Yeah. I'm not because you just re-signed Alex Anzalone.
Why not have more linebackers?
Because now you got to remember my criteria is you have 5 picks in the top 80 now. Is it the top 80? I want to say
81. Yep.
81. So
81.
You got 5 picks in the top 81, right? I need to walk out with 4 day one starters.
Facts.
Notice I didn't say impact or nothing. I said day one starters. Take it how you want to. They need to come out and start 4 day one starters. 4 of those 5 picks need to come out as day one starters. If they don't, we got a problem. That's the problem. We cannot have that. So
That didn't sound like a Ford.
So yeah, in my opinion, when you got 5 of the top 81 picks, that's how it is. Look, nobody's coming out with that 3 years in a row. Nobody's coming out with that 3 years in a row.
I mean, there's teams that do it. Baltimore can get you a good number of starters. They've drafted well for years. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can get at least – we've done it 2 times in a row, so why not a 3rd time in a row? It's not impossible.
Now, here's my thing. I think Detroit's trying to say that nobody's getting 4 day one starters.
4 day one starters 3 times in a row.
Why not?
There's teams that do it.
I mean, that's like nobody gets hit by lightning twice or 3 times. It's happened. Like
It's possible.
stranger things have happened. Like, why not? Like, I'm not trying to, it says Holmes' wallet is empty. Why? I'm okay with him not spending money. This is the thing. People don't get it. Spending all this money in free agency does not yield wins. I'm cool with that. You don't want to spend the money. I'm cool with that. But what you can't do is make smart investments. Like, for example, if we talking money, right? Let's say you go out and you buy a house, right? You go out and buy a house. And let's say the house cost you $150,000, right? For this house that you bought, right? Now you decide, hey, instead of me living in the house, I'm going to rent the house out. Let's say your mortgage for that house is, I don't know, $1,000. If you rent the house out for $800, you're paying that on there. You're making investments. The investments are coming back in. Cool. But guess what you can do? Let's say you decide 3, 4 years, 5 years down the road, you don't want the house anymore. You can resell the house and still garner value off of the house. So my issue is when I'm looking at free agency, who can I go out and get that brings me serious impact value to this team, that brings me some type of value? And when I'm done with it, if need be, I can move them along and get something in return.
Get some interest off. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And get something in return. Because even when I draft players, I'm looking at, hey, if this don't work out, who can I, still get something off of? People forget. Certain people have been traded for less, and I'm just trying to get the value. So I'm okay with him not spending the money. I just want him to spend money on people that brings more value to it. I don't think you can trade Alex Anzalone. I don't think nobody's, you're going to have to wait for somebody to have a team riddled with injuries, and then that'll be it. When do you think Hendon Hooker? Go ahead.
He did.
Say that one more time, Greasy. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Somebody said that Will Harris ain't gonna make the 53 roster. Y'all said that last year, and he did.
He probably won't, but I don't know. So until I see it, it is what it is. When do you think Hendon Hooker will be drafted? Does anyone besides Luke think he could be a late first rounder? So this question is to y'all. Do y'all believe Hendon Hooker is? What do y'all think he's gonna be drafted at? I think at the very least he don't get past the Rams in the 2nd round. They're trying to trade Stafford.
I think he gets picked up at least. I think he'll still be there at 48, but I think somewhere like 55 or maybe not 55, but 56, 57, he'll probably still be somewhere around there. Because that air raid system, a lot of people are either worried about the injury or they're worried about his age or they're worried about him only knowing like 7 plays in the air raid system. They're gonna give him crap about that, but there's somebody will take him.
Yep. Kobe says, Luke, you don't like the Mosley and Sutton pickups? I don't hate them and I don't like them. I feel that these are basically Brad Holmes moves, and so I've learned to accept what they do and wait to see how they perform. Because anytime I give any pre-statement about a player, and it comes true, everybody hides their hands in their head and don't say crap. But when something goes wrong, everybody wants to point that wrong out, like they just been waiting for that moment. So I don't like it. I don't hate it. I know that I'm not a fan of us taking a guy who's coming off an injury. I know that in Mosley, I don't like the idea. Had he not came off an injury, I'd probably have been like, oh, okay, let's see what he can do. In the case of Sutton to me, in my opinion, is not a number one corner. And I think he barely is a number two corner. And at best, he's probably a slot corner, in my opinion. Could be wrong, because when I watch him against these faster receivers, I don't see it. Bears are going beast mode, and we are signing Will Harris. Will Harris is special. You leave him alone. Are you really starters besides quarterbacks or O-line in the NFL now with all these different packages and rotations? I look at players that contribute. They're still starters. You can tell that by the number of snaps that they take. You can tell that by when the game first start, the damn thing, who's out there on the field first. The packages and stuff like that, it's cool. People can contribute, right? Like in a lot of households, that's a contributor, but there's always somebody who probably makes more money than the other one in most cases. And that's the truth. And so the reality is you can have a contributor. Contributors are great. I encourage contributors, but the reality is there are real starters. There are real starters. Like nobody comes in, nobody is starting over Aiden Hutchinson on this team. It's just not happening.
Not happening.
He's a starter. So yeah, I do believe that starters are a real thing in the NFL. The Durham says, we in here. What up, though? Welcome to the show.
Also to claim, the Bears are playing with stupid money right now. The amount of money they're spending, they're going to be so screwed in the cap in the future. I'm predicting that.
The Durham says a quarterback at 6 be John with our second. I don't think he gets past the Eagles. My soul said the Eagles is not passing on B. John. I just don't think it. I don't think they're going to do it. The quarterback at 6, I put that idea out there. I got my asshole chewed out. Okay. I put it out there because I told people that if you really want a quarterback this year, you're probably going to have to do it at 6 because I don't see you getting too many more options of value down the stretch. And since how that quarterback don't have to start this year, that's the best time to do it where you can select your guy at that point. They didn't like that. And I said, take B. John at 6 because I don't think he gets past the Eagles. But, maybe you saying it, they might change it. they may change it.
I'm just thinking
quarterback. I don't want that. No. Oh.
I honestly, if I'm gonna guess, I can't see the Seahawks giving up on Carter. If Carter or Anderson are there, they're definitely gonna take him because the Seahawks aren't dumb.
Yeah, and I just look at it like this. We know who we play next year. We don't know when we play them, but we know who we play next year. If you look at what all the other teams are doing, right? Have you done enough to compete for next year? You're going to play the Broncos, and they are completely rebuilding their offensive line, right? You're going to play the Packers, who could be without Aaron Rodgers, and so maybe that gives you 2 more games, right? You know that the Vikings has dismantled their defense. Davenport don't scare me, so whatever. So that's that might be a thing. The Bears are still trying to make everything. The Bears are trying to make everything gel. So yeah, you might be able to do some damage in the division. But ultimately, when you're looking at the roster moves we made, obviously we still got to wait until the draft happens. I can't say that enough. But when you look at it, I just asked the question: Do you believe that we upgraded, and do you believe that they should have brought many of these people that they returned back? Somebody said, did I miss who was a tank top doing a cold spit? I can't with y'all today. Y'all as is in rare form today. It says, I love how the Bears wide receiver core was trash last year. Now they add one guy more and you guys are legit. It's funny, really. All that, I don't know. Tim says, I'll take B. John at 6 and be extremely happy about it. I would too. Because, this is how I look at it. Everybody always, when talking about Emmitt Smith being better than Barry, they say if Emmitt Smith played behind the Lions line and Barry played behind Dallas, this is not even debatable. And you know, we saw what Barry did, right? Well, I'm just saying, picture that same thing with Bijan behind this line. You know, the last time that Goff went to the Super Bowl, he had a stud running back in Todd Gurley. Not saying Swift is not a stud, but I think Bijan's ability to be healthy, get in and out of his cuts, and be patient, and hit the hole, and go the distance. That's pretty big in my opinion. Let me go through and ask y'all a few questions. Any questions y'all got in the chat, put them in there. I'm down for it. If you want to jump in, feel free. The link is in the description. I'm sorry, this link is in the chat, the pin at the top. Just click on it, hop in, come talk your stuff. I'm gonna ask y'all one more question, and then we get up out of here. To be honest with you, I said I don't think people realize how much Bijan or Charbonnet. I always bought this damn dude name Charbonnet moves the needle. I don't think they understand it either, Darren. I wish they. I wish they did. I'm trying to get people to think outside the box, and all I'm being met with is anger. I'm trying to get people to see, like, hey, you know, you guys want a corner at 6. He's not going to move the needle like that running back. I'm sorry. Like, if you had a chance to take Saquon Barkley right now, right? Let's say Saquon Barkley's coming out of college, doing what he did in college, and take one of these cornerbacks, and you still think you should take a cornerback, I feel like you're delusional. That you're going to get more impact from the Saquon Barkley. It's just the reality. It says,
hey, Luke.
The defense. Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's just say Bijan not there. Would you take the shot on Charbonnet
at 6? No,
at 18.
Because I think he'll be there at 18. See, Bijan to me is different. He's different. He's just different.
Will Anderson said he was the toughest player he played against his whole college career.
I'm just telling you right now, the man is different. He will stiff arm you, truck you, spit in your face. I feel like he's just violent about how he runs the ball. And so to me, Charbonnet, I think, will be there at 18. Hell, I think he might be able to slide to the second round, to be honest with you. I don't have any issues there. But I feel like Bijan is something different. Like, it's just something different. Dr. Detroit says, picture the defense 25th overall again, though, Luke. We need to fix the D early. Carter at 6.
Or Will Harris.
Listen, hold on.
He's there.
Hold on. I have said this 1 billion times. If Jalen Carter is there, I'm taking him.
You have to.
But if he's not there,
it's just,
if for some reason Jalen Carter's not there, if for some reason Will Anderson is not there, which I don't even see how that's possible given how the trade went down, right? But let's say that both of them is not there. Let's say my favorite 3 quarterbacks are not there. I'm taking Bijan. But if Carter is there, I'm taking Jalen Carter. All this talks about him speeding the car. I don't give a shit. At best, it's a misdemeanor.
Exactly.
Right.
So the biggest issue here is, look, guys, Carter's not a guaranteed he's going to be there. I get it. A lot of mocks have it, but you got 2 teams you're going to have to place bets that he's going to fall, either Anderson or Carter. You got to pray to God the Cardinals drink the stupid juice and take Wilson. That's the only bet you got. Rumor has it they're really high on him, but if they do take Will Anderson, Seattle's not passing up on Carter. I don't see it. I just don't.
Yeah, I think if Jalen Carter is there, Seattle's taking him.
Definitely.
I just do. Now, if you're telling me that if Seattle takes him and Will Anderson is there, and now you got a chance to take a linebacker, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Will Anderson game. I like him. But do we really need a pass rusher?
Yeah, but let's be fair. When it's at 6, Anderson, though, the dude is a beast.
I get it, but do you need a pass rusher?
You can't go without enough pass.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
you can't.
So if you feel that we need a pass rusher, then you take him.
But
either way it go,
him at linebacker, oh my God.
But that's what I'm saying. But either way it go, if you take him, if you take Will Anderson or you take Jalen Carter, cool. But if they're both gone, your top 3 quarterbacks are going, you take Bijan Robinson and you live and be happy about it. No, I don't think there's a cornerback in this draft, and I did this already. How am I saying it? Luke says, Carbonate. Hey, Tim, don't do me like that. You know I suck with these damn names. All right?
Next episode, Luke needs hockey names.
You know, I would take Zach. How you say it? Charbonnet? Damn it! How you?
It's Charbonnet.
Charbonnet.
Man, that sounds like wine.
Charbonnet.
Listen.
It is
I
like
have
wine.
always been
It's French.
terrible with names. I can't tell you how many girls I have lost because I could not get the name right. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't mess them. I don't listen. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I'm married now. But boy, if I was still single, I'm telling you, I had a lot of breakups because I kept botching their damn name. I'm sorry.
Man, don't ever try to pronounce your wife's name, man. Oh my God.
Now, if this happened, we got Carter at 6 and we still mess around and get B. John at 18, I would be like, yo, just the rest of the draft, just hey, yo, I'm good. I got impact players. And that's all I'm asking for. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I'm gonna hit a few more things. Steve says casual GM podcast. Yeah, so you remember we had a few episodes where really we had more than a few. How many episodes he came on? He came on a few, but he's a Ravens fan, but he's also a Lions fan, and
yeah,
he believes in analytics to the core. Analytics are life.
He's a money man. He is an accountant brain.
Yeah, so I be over there, but I don't say anything because they think I'm trying to incite riots. But I ask questions, and so I'm just asking questions. That's all.
I know Drew. He's probably gonna like this because he's all about the money, and I know he's gonna like this.
Luke needs that little ball bouncing over the syllables for playing man. hey, it's hard. Listen, I be at work pissing off clients because they be like, "Man, what did you just call me?" I'm sorry, sir.
I'm never gonna have you pronounce my last name.
It is what it is. Do they talk about the whole NFL or is it another Lions show? Mostly the whole NFL, but mostly the Lions show. They just only talk about like cap. Like he only cares about the construction of a team. He doesn't really care about like the moves, the players directly. It's just more of the construction, how you construct the team.
I'll be honest.
It doesn't work like that.
Drew is a good foil for you. If you would have the Drew and Luke show, or the Luke and Drew show.
Yeah, I be pissing people off. I can't help myself. It's not my fault though. Do you need Micah Parsons, Luke? Yeah, I would like a Micah Parsons. But remember that year I said that it's going to be either Slater or Sewell. We're not taking Parsons. I did not believe we were taking Parsons, and we took one of the tackles. I said we need a tackle to complete the line. I think that makes the most sense, and he did. So
yeah. I mean, Sewell's a beast.
I don't really have a regret really about that pick, but in hindsight, being 2020, boy, we missed out on a good one.
Oh, listen, it's
go one way or the other.
Charbonnet. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey, I appreciate it. Listen, I suck names. Luke wants to draft Malik. That's a lie, Val. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. I had to tell everybody we don't need a quarterback. Stop the cap.
Hey, Luke almost had a conniption last year when he was talking about
trying to
drafting Malik
Levi. Man, what the hell?
Guys.
You know what it reminded me of when I saw Levi's name? It reminded me of that scene from Big Daddy where they trying to have him say hippopotamus and he kept on saying hippopotamus. And I was like, yo, I can't say this dude's name, man. Y'all gonna have to break this down. What the hell is this? And it's the truth. I suck at names. Y'all know this. All right, people, we coming up on that time. I'm gonna do this again tomorrow. I'm gonna leave it open because by that time we would be to add some more pieces, and hopefully, more people be willing to jump in and come in and talk. And that would be the best thing we can do. So before we get up out of here, get to the final thoughts. I'm going to start off with you first, Cal TV, so we can work our way kind of backwards. What you got for your final thoughts?
Final thoughts is don't be a slappy. You know what I mean? Just take it for what it is, man, and just keep it real at all costs. You dig what I'm saying? With that being said, man, y'all sub, like, share to the brother Luke's channel, and if you need any spiritual guidance, man, come over to my channel. I'm a Detroit fan. You know what I mean? So, trust me, I've been going through it.
Put the link in the description too. You know what I'm saying? Go to the chat and drop the link so I can, put it out there so people can get to it. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that people are able to get to it stuff. The Dern says, if you stay on, I'll join. Join. If I'll be on tomorrow, you can join right now. The link is right there in the description. Jump in. I am all ears. Like, I'm really asking questions because I'm like, I don't want to hear. And this is when I'm asking these questions, I want to see what your real opinions is. I don't want to hear this talk about fire nobody if things don't go the way you think it's supposed to go. Because I've been saying a lot of people give out love and praise. Don't be that person when all of a sudden now you want to start fire this person. No, absolutely not. That's all I'm saying. So please join. And it says corner Sutton Mosley upgraded DB shouldn't be a question. Really? Okay. Why should it not be a question? What have they done? What have they done?
Slappy.
That's a legit question. Like, I'm not. The Dern has jumped in. Listen, I know he's going to final thoughts, but I gotta give my man some time to talk. The Dern is in the building. What's going on, sir?
What's up? How we doing?
Much. I'm good. So listen.
You're gonna hear my kids in the background. Sorry, they're playing games.
Yes, if mine wasn't occupied with the Nintendo Switch, I probably have them in the background too. Remember earlier in all my shows, my kids be in the background making all kind of noise.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna shut my door really quick.
All right, cool. I want to give people a chance to speak their stuff. It says, "Shh, I was watching a man cook in the kitchen." Yeah, we listen. He be doing 1,000 things, but I love that he comes in and still show love.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. So, what are your thoughts about the Lions free agency? And I don't want to sway you no way, so I can't ask certain questions. So, what are your thoughts about the Lions free agency so far?
It's interesting. People keep saying no corner early now because of Sutton and Mosley. Mosley was hurt all year, but he's talented. He played pretty well for the 49ers. But I don't feel like the number one corners, like you said. But at the same time, we don't have to take a corner that high because I don't think there is no Sauce Gardner in this draft.
Me neither.
I think Porter Jr. is the best corner in this draft because of his length. His arm length is freaky. He's not the fastest guy, but at the same time, in my opinion, I think he is the best corner. But will they take one? They'll probably wait till the second, maybe the third to take one to learn under these guys for a year since Mosley is only 1 year deal, I believe. So, yep. And I just want to say, I don't know why people don't want to take a quarterback. If the right one falls to them, you should not be mad if they take one. They are investing in a backup plan just in case Goff does not work out. I don't know why people blindly follow or just blindly believe that he is just the answer after one really good year, and he didn't start going until our offensive coordinator took over for Anthony Lynn. So what if he leaves? Is he going to go back to playing mediocre? So
what blows my mind more though? You know what blows my mind? The fact that they don't want that because they said we got to fix the defense, but they had no problem waiting on the receiver to sit. Like, this shit makes no sense. We the only team that would take a receiver to sit. Who does that? Like who else draft a receiver just to sit? Like, everybody was hyped about that, but God forbid you draft a quarterback who's hurt to sit, or you take a quarterback that you like at 6. That's a mistake. Why?
I mean, all the successful teams drafted a quarterback while they had a successful quote unquote quarterback for a year that either took them to the playoffs, like the Chiefs. I mean, even with Tom Brady, how well he played in this league, they still drafted 6 quarterbacks while they had him. It's a backup plan just in case he gets hurt or he doesn't work out at some point and they want to move on from him. But why are we just blindly following Goff and people just want to throw the money bag at him? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, you're not gonna get no fight out of me.
Right.
I mean, you talk about a guy who's on contract this year and next year, and most people want to sign him next year. Now, this how funny this is. I want you to understand something. I want people to really wrap their head around this. They think that they're going to get him cheaper in 2024
No, we're not.
than
Makes no
they
sense.
are going to get him right now. And my view is
got that bag from the Giants.
man, that's what I'm saying. My
Back
view
with
is
Goff,
just
bro.
look at it. Like, just look at what happens in the history. If you really feel that Goff is a guy, you have to re-sign him after the draft. There is no get around. If you wait till 2024, the price goes up. And to show you how crazy it is, Lamar Jackson, a guy that many of you like and love, was offered a fully guaranteed $130 million contract
For
Which
3
would-
years.
for 3 years.
And he could
would've
get
gave
another
him-
big contract.
which would have made him about 45 a year if you average it out. It's really like 44.3 or something like that, but it's like almost
Right.
45. Just round it up, forget it, right?
Now it's worth it.
45. So if he is turning down 45 a year to get closer to what is being reported, closer to Deshaun Watson's deal or better, where Deshaun Watson is roughly around like 46 a year, and he wants more than 46. If Goff goes out and have another year like he had the year before, he's not taking no 35 or 40 or 45 million a year.
You're going
You're
to
going
want
to pay him
45 to
50 to
52
55
million dollars a year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no way. So
what Daniel Jones got, bro.
And he's awful.
I'm just saying, you know,
Yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to say, why is it a big deal if we get Bijan Robinson? Calm down.
At 6,
I don't know why, but it's
So-
definitely big. Listen, when I brought it up, I got chewed out for that decision too.
Oh,
like,
people are going to hate me for saying this. Jamal Williams is not a need to bring back. I will stand on the ledge by myself if I have to.
you're not by yourself. I said the
Bijan
same
Robinson.
thing.
don't be mad if we don't get Clark and Jamal back, man. Because
I'm not going to be
Well,
mad,
he's
but if
big.
we overpay for him, that's when I'll be mad.
Baldy
Because
went
if you get
Buffalo today, so
Bijan Robinson, that moves the needle so far. He's way more talented than Swift and Jamal Williams put together. And like you said, I always bring this up. Goff was at his. People want to keep Goff. Okay, why don't you give him a healthier Todd Gurley, a
Yep.
guy that doesn't have knee problems?
Yep.
He is best when he's at his play action. So give him what he needs in a really good run game, a legitimate threat on the ground, so he can work his magic then.
who is Bijan? He played for Texas.
Yep.
Yes, Texas Longhorns.
I gotta go watch some film right now, I guess.
Again, I say these things and people say I'm crazy, but again, I'm not talking about just now. Did it age well? The shout out to my man Robert McGregor. He says, Luke, look at Sutton's stats, bro.
He was also not the number one.
All you got to do is ask, right? What about him? I'm not, what about him? Is here? What about him? Okay, here, I'll make it bigger. I don't want nobody to say I'm cheating the process. What about him?
He played pretty decent as a number 2, and they say he's really smart, but
Right. And I didn't say I hated the movie. I just said I don't hate it. I don't like it. I said it's neither one of those. I just basically looked at it and said, this is what he do. This is what the general manager do. And so I'm not going to react to it until I see what they actually do. But okay, we look at the stats now.
They
So
don't
what am I supposed to see here?
Gave up how many touchdowns it was scored on him, like on that.
Huh?
They don't tell you how many yards was on him. Like
You got to go to Pro Football Focus for all that. They be trying to come up with that stuff and act like they be knowing it. But whatever. I don't get into all that. I look at certain things. I do like that he got the pass deflects. I like that he got 3 turnovers. You know what I'm saying?
he's not bad. But I mean, like, is he a
but
number one?
but he's not a
that's
number
the
1 corner.
Do we have time for a quick film study?
I'm just saying. My man says he's an upgrade from the boo boo chips we had.
That's not wrong.
Listen,
them the boo boo back, so it don't matter.
and again, nobody heard me say anything other than He's not a number one corner, and nobody heard me say anything other than when I saw him going against faster receivers, it didn't look good. That's all I said. I didn't say anything else. So I'm just putting that out there. But anything else you got done, say it. I'm all ears, bro. I just wanted to put it up there because they said I need to look at the stats, so I put it up there.
I just wanted to ruffle some feathers about the quarterback, Bijan, and saying Jamal Williams is not a number one running back. He is a number two running back.
I agree. And to me, if they re-sign, this whole talk of trade Swift is a mistake. You can't re-sign Jamal Williams because Jamal Williams is using I broke Barry Sanders' touchdown record as a
right, and there's a bidding war for him, so we're going to overpay for him?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not getting in the middle of that.
You know, I'll take a Bijan at 6 because I don't want Bears to take him at 9.
If the Bears got Bijan, oh my God.
Bruh. I don't care. I don't care where people go. I just sit back and tell people, don't get mad when you didn't get what you want. Again, most of what I say sounds crazy until it happens. like it sounds crazy. I'm not trying to be different. I'm telling you that I'm looking at a bigger picture. That's what I'm saying. Anything else, Darn? I'm giving you, because like I said, I don't want nobody to say I cheated the process.
Oh, no, I agree with them. Pretty much everything you say. It's just on Facebook, I put on there that Jamal Williams is not a need to bring back, and I got my ass chewed out.
Yeah.
Oh, he brings more to the table. Yeah, you're going to throw the money bag at him just because he's a good leader?
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I thought we were done with that with Michael Brockers.
Yeah. I thought we were too, but I guess not. You know, I guess we wasn't done with that at all. So,
right.
You know, it is what it is. I get it. I don't think he makes it to 18. If he do, I would be freaking shocked. I would be absolutely shocked. I think the Eagles, the Bears could do it because to me, think about this. You got a chance to get Will Anderson. You got a chance to get Carter, right? And you like, I'm gonna trade down. What is it that y'all really want? And running back could be that damn thing. It really could. So
here are my thoughts on the draft really quick. At 6, you were supposed to draft one of the most important positions on a team unless you have like a soft starter, let's say. So what is that? That's quarterback, your left tackle, defensive. Well, it depends. Is your quarterback right-handed, left-handed? Your blindside tackle, and then defensive end. And there's one more I can't think of it. Unless there's like a generational talent, like let's say a Bijan Robinson or let's say a Jalen Carter, a defensive tackle. So that being said, maybe if one of the quarterbacks that they like drops to them, or if Jalen Carter or Will Anderson drops to them, I think that'll be the pick. And then maybe they'll trade back up for Bijan because guess what? They move the needle more than anyone else.
It is what it is. My man, Mr. Washington. He says Carter or Anderson at 6. If neither is available, trade down. What if you can't trade down?
If that's the case, then there might be a quarterback that they really like there at 6.
I will take Hendon Hook. I think he's the best quarterback in this draft. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm gonna say it again for the people that's hard to hear. I've been wrong before, but I've been right a whole lot, and nobody points that out. But it's okay. It's okay.
What it is, man.
It is what it is. All right. All right. Get the people your final thoughts before you get out of here, Darren, so they can.
I came in here. Okay, so I came in here to ruffle some feathers. I hope I did and open people's eyes. That's it. Have a great night.
Hey, shout out to you, sir. I appreciate you for coming through. My man Crimson, get the people your final thoughts.
Later, guys.
Appreciate you, sir.
I will say Dern didn't really ruffle my feathers. It's everything I've pretty much agreed with. Like I said, I don't see Jamal Williams as a need. I'm not against taking a running back. If I don't have Carter or if I don't have Anderson, then by all means, give me the guy that I know is going to be a game changer instead of, well, let's take Wilson, see what happens. Take a guy you know you can use.
I'm with it. Obviously, Greasy, get the building going. Get the people your final thoughts, sir.
My final thought is, Chris, when you was all that time in the kitchen, it came out with a bowl of cereal.
Actually,
hey, wait a minute. Hey, I didn't even think about that. You're right.
I'm no bowl of cereal.
I'm like, man, what you about to come with something like some rap? Came out with some shit.
Hey, it
That's my
just
final
died
thought.
on me. It
That's my
just died
final-
on me, man. You
Man,
silly,
that was
man.
not cereal.
Oh, okay. I did hear the spoon in the bowl. That's why I had to mute you. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell is that sound? But
Sorry, I didn't
yeah,
know
that's
about
funny.
that. But yeah, it's stir fry.
I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not.
No, but Jesus, it's something but cooking.
What you
Yeah,
got for him,
got like I'm
Greasy?
watching him cooking everything.
What you got
Came
for
out
him,
with a bowl
man?
of cereal, bro. I'm like,
He came up with the bowl of cereal. Unpopular opinion: Tracy Walker and our new safety who picked off Rogers are the same damn player. It's not unpopular. I've been saying this shit
keep
from
saying that.
It's not
I've been
a bad
saying this since
thing.
we
Keep
drafted
saying that.
him.
It's not a bad thing.
It is a bad thing because you don't have a if somebody gets to run the ball on you, you're going to be forced to bring Walker up in the box, and he's not that guy for the box. And you can't even begin to bring Kirby in the box, so he's not that guy. The only thing you can hope for is that people pass enough and refuse to run the ball on us, and that gives them opportunities. But in order for you to do that, you need linebackers. And every time you hear people talk about how fast that defense is and that fast that defense, it's because how fast them goddamn linebackers are playing that nobody talks about. So if we can't stop the run, yeah, you got a problem. They are the same player. I've said this so many times. It's just the reality. They're the same. I'm just putting it out there. People, appreciate you for coming in, rocking with me. I know a lot of people's upset because they feel like, oh, you're just shitting on it. Oh, you're negative. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah blah blah. I get it. I'm cool with it.
Negative.
You know, I feel like in 2020, in 2023, I am open to everything. I believe that all criticism is opportunity for growth. And at the end of the day, speak your truth. I gave you the opportunity and a window for you to join, say what you want to say, and talk your talk. Now, if you didn't jump on and say it, then that's your fault. Don't come back later with 1,000 posts on there telling my son he didn't put my comment up. That's not true. You can fall in love with everything that you want, but everything that I said literally was just me telling you the truth and getting you to think. I didn't even disagree with it. I literally said I don't have a where-all because nothing is done. But thus far, I got a question on what did we improve. I got a question on these, and I asked questions. Not because I want people to see, oh, I hate this. It's because I think we need to ask ourselves questions for real. Because I don't want to hear we need to fire Aaron Glenn when shit don't go the way you want it to. So I want to know what you thought we improved. Because I shouldn't be hearing fire Aaron Glenn if we got a top 25 defense again. So I'm just saying. You know me, can't end no show unless I do it on a positive note. Are you open to drafting another injured receiver, Luke?
oh God, don't start that, y'all.
Depends on what round you're talking, to be honest with you. Because he's not I'm looking at it from this standpoint. If I don't have to play him immediately and it's a later round pick, sure. But taking an injured receiver 12th overall when you need defensive help, you need linebackers. Yeah. Not gonna act like that was the greatest move. Sorry. Even if he ends up becoming the next Odell Beckham Jr., who the hell cares? I don't. I just don't. Sorry. We need our defense is why we lost a lot of games last year. Just saying. We have the same linebackers that gave up 321 yards to the Panthers.
Y'all quit bringing up the Carolina game.
Dude, I don't know why. That was the weirdest game.
Man,
Dude, that game was so weird.
man, my baby mom from South Carolina, all I heard was that bullshit, man.
Dude, it says, so if we not re-signing Deshaun Elliott, we drafting a box safety early, right? No, wrong. It's a lot of secondary help out there. That's all I'm putting out there. Here's my final thought, people. It comes from me today. It is a simple one. It is time for you to do some spring cleaning. Oh, I love it. I love it. It is time to do some spring cleaning. You see, out with the old, in with the new. And I got to say that this is directly pointed at you. There are some things about you that need to be had and that need to be discovered and tossed out. The doubt needs to be tossed out. The regret needs to be tossed out. The fear needs to be tossed out. The excuses need to be tossed out. All the who, when, where, why, what, and they couldn't let me, and they did this needs to be tossed out. There's some friends that need to be tossed out. Some women that need to be tossed out. Some men that need to be tossed out. Some family members need to be tossed out. It's spring cleaning time. Now, they're going to say to me, Luke, it ain't quite spring just yet. But at the end of the day, does not mean that you can't begin the process of tossing out the old and bringing in the new. Because when you toss all that out, you'll notice you have more space. And that space I'm talking about is time. And with time comes money. With time comes opportunity. Where opportunity brings new people. And with new people brings new experiences. And if you just simply take a second to toss out the old so you can make room for the new, you can do some serious spring cleaning. Some of y'all sitting up here cheating yourselves, acting as if though you got to hold on to these people that don't need to be held on to. Some of y'all out here acting like if you just let go, you don't know what you may or may be missing. But I give you something to think about. What if you holding on too long and miss out on the best things that you could have had? This job that's stressing you out, that give you physical reactions and make you upset every time you pull up to the parking lot, toss it out. These people that keep coming up to you, giving you flack about you trying to improve yourself and telling you what you can and can't do and what you need to and should not do, toss them out. Take seconds, not days, seconds to just do a quick list and check them off one by one as you do some spring cleaning. I say this to tell you that once you're done tossing everything out, once you're done cleaning up this house, this temple, this castle that is called you, once you've done that, take a second to look in the mirror, congratulate yourself, tell yourself how proud you are of yourself, and make sure you give yourself a pat on the back. Because whether you know it or not, what you did that benefited the interests of you is exactly what you needed to do to benefit the needs of you. Keep that close to you. Make sure you put yourself first, get it clean, and come out strong. And at the end of the day, no matter what those people say that you tossed out, they're going to all come back with a different level of respect and a whole new attitude. And you heard it here first from Luke.
Whoa.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. And if you don't do nothing else, don't be no chump. Please do your research. I'll be back at it again to talk some more Detroit Lions free agency. We out.